All right, in today's video, Pro Trainees, we're gonna go over 3 ways to score like James Harden. So let's get into today's clip. What is going on, Pro Trainees? My name is Coach Tony, and if this is the first time to our channel, make sure you comment after you watch the video, like this video, and also subscribe to our channel. So let's get into today's video. All right, so number 1 of our 3 finishes like James Harden is what I call a low pickup. So what I mean by low pickup is when you're going through the lane, there's gonna be defender swiping, there's gonna be help side. What James Harden likes to do is as he's driving to the basket, instead of picking the ball up and keeping it around his midsection like a lot of players do, and they move it as they're going to the hoop, he keeps that ball low, all right, making it harder for defenders to swipe it out of his arms. All right, the other thing that does too is it puts you in a position to get more fouls and draw more contact because that ball is down low. So let's go over it. Let's just say James Harden does his move. He does a lot of moves in one spot and then he explodes out. As he takes that last dribble, boom, he gets low and he keeps that ball low as well. Okay, now when he's going through all of this traffic, all the hands are coming down on his arms, creating that contact. As he takes his last 2 steps, left, right most of the time, now he can finish through whatever defense is left. But most of the time, after he breaks through that low pickup and that last line of defense, he can finish with either hand. Okay, so one more time. All right, I'm driving to the basket, boom, I explode out on that last dribble, boom, I pick it up low, take my 2 steps, and then I figure out a way to finish after that. But let's see a couple live clips. Oh. The second way that James Harden scores a ton is with his floater, okay? Why is his floater so deadly is because he's always coming off pick and rolls or he's always driving to the basket, and the help side, which is usually the center, doesn't know if he's shooting a floater or he's throwing an alley-oop, okay? So now as he goes to the basket, that guy in the middle has to decide, is James Harden shooting or is he passing to my man? So he's going to the basket and it's always a split-second decision. So once James Harden gets to about this area on the court, now he has to make that decision. Am I throwing it to the side of the rim or am I throwing it up to make a floater for himself? All right, he usually goes off 1 or 2 feet just to make it easy. If he's going off 1 foot, rises up, finishes high. If he's going off 2 feet, it's a quick 2 steps so that he can release that ball. But the main thing is that ball barely has any rotation on it. So if it does hit the rim, it'll die and fall in. So in order to get that 0 rotation, you're kind of shot putting that ball up. You don't want to flick your wrist because that's going to give a lot of rotation. It might hit the rim and bounce off or hit the backboard and bounce off. But if you throw it up with a little bit of rotation, it should die and hit the rim and finally fall in. But let's see a couple live clips on how James Harden gets to the lane and quickly gets that floater off that also looks like an alley-oop pass. Oh. 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 Hey. Oh. 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 The third one, all right, I gotta start this off by saying, depending on where you're playing and the level that you're playing and the refs that you have, this could be called a travel, okay? So I gotta start it off by saying that, okay? We're gonna go over one of James Harden's versions of a Euro Step, okay? So the way he starts off this Euro Step, one, he's already started to attack the basket, all right? And we call it, in our program, we call it a rocker step, okay? Where it could be called a cross jab, it could be called a bulldog. I've seen it called a ton of things. So let's just start off with that rocker step. So he usually drops the ball down and he steps to the side, okay? From here, he has not technically gathered the ball yet, okay? Now this is where it gets a little confusing with the travel rules or not, okay? So let's say I'm driving to the basket, he does his drop jab, now he picks the ball up and does his 1-2 Euro step to finish at the basket, okay? Again, depending on where you play, this may be called a travel, all right? But it's not a travel when James Harden does it or on my higher levels of basketball. So I'm going through it again, I'm attacking the basket, I like to do my cross drop, now I get into my Euro step, and then I can finish at the basket either way I need to, okay? The main things you gotta remember with this is 1, you gotta stay on balance. 2, you gotta sell both moves, the cross jab and the Euro step. And then 3, you just gotta figure out what side of the hoop is available depending on where the help side is to block the shot. All right, but let's get into a couple live clips where you can see how this Euro step works. All right, if you want a full video to train with us at home, make sure you head over to perfectyourgame.com. We got a free 30-minute ball handling video just for you. Don't forget to like this video, comment below on what you want to see, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our new videos. And we'll see you next week. Peace.